So, like, the biggest difference between our club and the rest of the clubs, and our brother club is pretty much structured sort of almost right in line with us, the Low Riders Bike Club. Um, we do a lot of work in the community, and a lot of the work in the community that we do, it goes on like out of pocket. So we don't have a sponsor giving us $1,000 to excuse me, $1,000 to put on an event. It's comes out of our pocket, and it comes off of us, printing up like shirts and selling shirts on the internet, and stickers and selling stickers and things like that. So people from the outside can help what we have going on here. People in our community don't even donate to us. Right. And we're taking care of, like, most of the cleanups we do is not even in the area that we live in. Right. We're going in other people's communities cleaning up, and they walk by us and look at us like we crazy. But our goal is to, advocate for more bike lanes in our community. Mm-hmm. It's to bring more awareness in our area, and just to let everybody know that people ride bikes in Watts and South LA.
So when you do a cleanup, it's kind of part of your strategy to, you're not just cleaning up, you're also doing it as a gesture that people will recognize, and they'll know you, and then they'll want more information, and then
right. So cleanups is about community building. So if we're out cleaning up, and neighbors come out and clean up, then that's cool. But if they just come out and ask us what's our name, what's our organization, where we from, then that's cool also, because they might go tell someone who can help us. It was a group of bike riders came out to do a cleanup on the corner of Central and 96, let's just say there, and looked like they needed some new tools. Right. Next time we out there cleaning, somebody might drop off some tools to us. Mm-hmm. So it's things like that. It's always advertising, always room for promotion when you're doing something for free. And as much stuff as we do for free, we try to promote our club at all times. Like me, my brand, like I talked about when I first met you, my brand is our clothing line. I wear it probably 90% of the time. And then even if I do have to put on a collared shirt and slacks or whatever, under that collared shirt is going to be one of our shirts. Right. So I try to promote it everywhere we go, anywhere we go, try to promote this, because this is our brand. It's something that we need to get out there, and people need to know the work that we're doing. Even though we're not a big club, it's only about 10 of us, but we make sure that we do the work, and we do it efficiently. We don't have the flashiest bikes. We don't have, because one reason why we don't have flashy bikes is because all of our bikes are working bikes. And when I say working bikes, I mean at any given time we'll hook a buggy up and put tools in there or sandwiches in there and go and
either clean up
and clean up
or feed the community.
Any given time.
Anytime.
Wow. Here's Elizabeth.
Hey, Elizabeth.
I think we're actually doing
I think we're doing a show, huh?
Yeah, I know, right?
You want to do it here?
Come on in, Liz.
A genuine conversation turns into a show.
All right. Hey, how you doing?
Yeah, we're just talking.
Good morning.
Good
morning. We're just generally talking about the work that we do, and it's turning into a show.
All right. How you doing?
So, ladies and gentlemen out there, Elizabeth's in the house.
Good morning, Elizabeth. Afternoon.
So what were you guys talking about?
Just about.
Just things that we like, our club, basically, how we what difference us from other clubs.
Where are we going? Rank. Got the ducks in the house.
Oh, we got the
Oregon ducks.
I don't hear anything.
Oh no.
try that headphones. Yeah, 'cause, oh, wow.
Heard that.
Heard that. Yeah. It's wrapped around the chair. Oh, I wonder where the hookup was for this.
Good now?
Can you hear all those?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah.
Oh,
I don't want that's fine. Yeah. Yes, I can hear you now.
cool,
I can
cool.
hear you now.
Is
So-
green on?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Did you guys already talk about your events?
Sort of,
I
kind
don't
of.
know. Yeah, we did, but we were recording, so I guess
Yeah,
Yeah.
I guess we did.
I
huh?
guess we did.
So May is National Bike Month,
Right.
and the reason why I wanted to talk about, or why we wanted to talk about National Bike Month, is because it's so important. Bike Month is every day for us because
Right.
that's our business. That's what we do. We want to get more people riding bikes, and we're advocates and pushing for more bike infrastructure, more programs, and awareness. But the history of Bike Month, I got this from the League of American Bicyclists website, bikeleave.org. And it says, for 45 years, National Bike Month has been the perfect time for new and returning riders to get back on the saddle and ride their bike to work. Originally, the Cycle Trade Association called the month American Bike Month, but in 1956 it evolved to just Bike Month. Along with the name change, Bike Month became more about promoting cycling and safe bicycling, not just selling bikes. And now with Bike Month, it's used to encourage people to get out, ride their bikes to work, ride their bikes to school, or just to ride their bikes for recreation or for errands and just everyday transportation. And there's events planned all over the U.S. for National Bike Month. Some people get really creative with them. Some it's just whatever needs to happen to encourage people to ride a bike. That's what they're planning. So in Long Beach, we have our Bike Fest, the tour of Long Beach bike ride, and then we also have a Bike Fest at the end of that. So we have a bunch of vendors. We have music. There's food, games. I'm actually going to have a booth there this year, and I'm going to be giving demonstrations on how to fix a flat tire. And that's something that's such a simple thing, but it keeps a lot of people from riding a bike because they don't know how to ride. They don't know how to fix a flat tire. Mm-hmm. So if I'm a woman or a guy, and I'm thinking about, it would be nice to ride a bike, but I don't know how to change a flat tire. Like, what if I'm out somewhere and I'm far from home and I get a flat tire? What am I going to do? Mm-hmm. Well, if you learn how to fix a flat tire, then you can be independent. You don't have to worry about that. You can be mobile and go wherever you want to go, knowing that you know the basic stuff. So I will be giving demonstrations on how to fix a flat tire at the Bike Fest, and that's going to be on May the 11th. That's this coming a week from today. And there'll be, I think I said, the booths. There'll be a fashion show and just a bunch of different vendors. I think Safe Moves is going to be there giving demonstrations, and there'll be giveaways for kids and adults as well. So that's one thing, and I think a lot of cities are doing the Bike Fest now, but it's not necessarily in Bike Month, but it's throughout the year. Because I went to one in Santa Monica, I guess, a couple months ago, last month or a couple months ago, and they have one. And then there's a bunch of other things that are going on locally in Long Beach, like I am planning a women's workshop and bike ride on the 18th, but that's only if I get it funded. Hopefully I will be able to do that one. So that'll be on May the 18th. We're planning the very first Bike to Church day, and I'm really excited about that.
EJ,
Yeah, I've done that. I went actually Easter Sunday. Had on my clean cream suit.
And you roll
Rolled to
out.
church.
Roll out. That is
Rolled to church,
wonderful.
right.
That is wonderful. And I know there are people here and there who ride their bikes to church. Like I ride my bike to church, and the church that I've been going to is not that far from my house, so it's really convenient. But if you think about the untapped market of people, like there's so many people who go to church, and they do that every Sunday. Some people go to church on Wednesday nights for Bible study or some other night during the
Right.
week.
Yeah, that's
And a lot of people live near their churches, but they get in their cars and they drive to the
Right.
church. And if we could get people, connect with people in the churches and get them to ride their bikes at least on Sundays, can you imagine like what that could start?
Right.
So they'll see how good it feels. They'll see how easy it is to do, and then they'll want to do it more, not just on Sunday, but maybe they'll do it on Saturday too with their kids, or maybe they'll try one day a week of riding their bike to work or to do some other errands. So I'm really, really excited about that. I'm hoping that this is going to establish a bike to church day. So we have bike to school day, we have bike to work day, and this will be bike to church day, and it's going to be on May the 19th. That's on a Sunday, and the church that
That was Presidente birthday.
Right.
and the church that is going to be participating in this is the Rock Christian Fellowship in Long Beach. So the pastor, I actually met him at a coffee shop while I was talking about some bike stuff, and he overheard me talking about bike stuff, and he's like, "Oh, you need to partner with our church." And I've been wanting to do a bike to church day for a few years now, and now I finally have the opportunity to do it. So right now there's a lot of people that are excited about it and that have committed from their church membership that are going to do it. So we're going to actually, people who drive their cars, we're going to meet up in a location across the street from a park, and it'll be at a library, so they'll leave their cars there and they'll bring their bikes, and I'm going to take them for a ride around their neighborhood to the church. They'll have church service, and then we'll get on our bikes and we'll ride back to the location. But before that, we'll stop and get a smoothie from Jamba Juice, and the church is sponsoring that. And then they'll go back to their cars and enjoy the rest of their day. Next year, hopefully, we'll be able to get a large group of different churches to come together and do it, and start it off at a park and end it at a park with a picnic, with a healthy picnic to encourage healthy lifestyles. So that's the goal with that. So I'm hoping that a lot of the people that participate will decide that, you know what, I like this. It's really fun.
Right.
Let me try this again.
That's cool.
Let me ride next weekend or in another day. So that's really exciting. One of the other things that I'm planning in Long Beach is a guided group ride on May the 15th. And that one will be from 4:30 to 6:30. And it's a family fun ride. So the purpose is to show locals how easy it is to maneuver around Long Beach on a bike in some areas. And so downtown we have all the new bike infrastructure, the separated bike lanes. We have some bike boulevards that are easy to get to, and some other regular striped bike lanes. So I'm going to plan a short, like a 5-mile ride around that area for families, so people can bring their kids. And hopefully, if people have smaller children and they want to come, they'll have child cares with the trailers or a tag along or something like that. And we can roll out and see what's going on in Long Beach. One of the other things that is major for this month, Long Beach, we don't have a bike advocacy group organization. Mm-hmm. And it's past time for us to have one. Like, we had one in the past, but it dissolved, and that was been 2 or 3 years ago. So because we have all this stuff going on, we have groups that are doing things individually all over the city, but nothing that's cohesive. So we're going to be having a meeting on May the 23rd at 6 o'clock. On May the 23rd at 6 o'clock. It'll probably go from 6 to 8, so that we can get some ideas. Hopefully people will show up, just people who ride bikes, people who are concerned about biking, people who are concerned about the activity level, people who live in Long Beach, and just the well-being of the overall city, that they'll come together and we can talk about how we need to form a bike advocacy group. And it'll probably end up being under the LACBC, the Los Angeles County Bicycle Coalition, be a regional chapter under there if everything works out and we're all in agreement. But I'm really excited about that. It's something that I have been wanting for the past couple years, and now I'm just like, okay, we don't have it yet, so we need to have a meeting. So this meeting is just for discussion to find out who's interested and what they want to do.
I'm kind of surprised that Long Beach wouldn't already have a chapter there.
Yeah, I'm surprised too. So I asked that question to LACBC, and they told me, based on what they know, is that we used to have the Long Beach Cyclist organization, and they dissolved maybe 2 years ago, maybe more. And when I first started researching my business, I joined the Long Beach Cyclists, and like right afterwards, I don't know if it was even 6 months later, they dissolved. So I guess they only had a few people doing the work, and it was just too much of a burden, so they ended up dissolving it. And I think the plan was to revive it again at some point, but that hasn't happened, so we'll just have to do it another way. But I did think that it was interesting that we didn't have a Long Beach chapter of LACBC, but the reasoning was that we had the Long Beach Cyclist. But now, since we don't, we're either going to start up a separate nonprofit for advocacy, or we're going to become a regional chapter. And we'll talk about that on the 23rd and what we're going to do in the direction that we're going to go in, because we have so many resources. It's amazing. But we don't. So we have like all this infrastructure going on, but we're lacking in programming and advocacy. So that's what I want to focus on and get more of. There was someone on Facebook. I posted a question asking for events.
Ron?
There was someone who posted events that are going on in Bakersfield. And the events that were posted are actually things that are happening today and tomorrow. But we'll just talk about them anyway. And I was surprised that Bakersfield, they seem to have a lot of bike activities going on. And they have an organization, I think it's called Bike Bakersfield. And there was a mountain bike ride this morning with the Southern California Fat Tire Association. And then tonight there's the Hella Big Bike Party, and that's in Oakland. I think that's at 7 or 7:30 tonight. And then tomorrow on Sunday, there's the Sunday City Ride. And I think they do that every Sunday. But I was really surprised to hear, and I need to talk to him some more. His name is Rob Warner. I actually got to meet him in person at Ciclavia a couple of weeks ago. And they are doing some stuff in Bakersfield. I'm like, who's riding bikes in Bakersfield?
Right.
But apparently, a lot of people are, which is a wonderful thing.
Damn straight they are. They got a nice little Facebook page with May is Bike Month, Bike Bakersfield.
Yeah,
They're doing their thing.
Yeah, they're out there doing it. So that's a wonderful thing. I have a friend who lives in Bakersfield. I've been there to visit a few times, and I took my bike. Actually, I took the train there, and I took my bike and I rode from the train station to her house. And it gets really hot there, so it was an experience.
Right.
It was an experience riding in that kind of heat. But
Breathing in hot air.
but I guess if you live there, you adapt to it.
So according to their Facebook, they started in 2006. I guess probably maybe just their Facebook page started in 2006. Bike Bakersfield is bikebakersfield.org also.
Okay, good. So anyone who lives out there in Bakersfield or is planning to visit, they can check out bikebakersfield.org.
Big ups to Bakersfield.
Yes. What else is going on
Bakersfield is in the hood. May 5th, Sunday City Ride.
Oh, one of the other things that I wanted to talk about is my friend and photographer sent me a text message. We talked during the Grand Prix. He actually had an extra ticket, so I got to go see part of the Grand Prix with him. But he lives in Long Beach, and he rides a bike as well. And he was telling me something that I didn't believe, but he sent me a photo of it this morning. So he was telling me that he was riding around the Pike in Long Beach, and he saw some bike racks. He saw that the regular bike racks were removed and they were replaced with bike racks that you have to pay to park your bike.
Whoa.
Wow.
And he told me that, and I was like, what? I don't believe that. So he was there this morning, and he went by and he took a picture of it, and he sent it to me. And I'm looking at it. I can't see what the dollar amount is, like how much you have to pay. So I'm going to go there sometime this weekend so I can look at it myself. But there are some bike racks that are installed downtown Long Beach that apparently you have to pay to use them. And that's something that is not needed in a city who's claiming to be the most bike-friendly city in the nation. So we need to bring some attention to that if it is actually paid, and connect with the city on getting those removed and replaced with regular bike racks, because we want to encourage people to shop locally and to hang out locally, and charging to park your bike is not the way to do that. That's discouraging, if anything.
That's really surprising.
So
Now, looking at that personally, I'll still chain my bike up to that.
Yeah, well,
I'm
how
just
do you
saying, like,
keep
what's-
somebody from
Like, what's
doing
going to
that?
stop me from chaining my bike to that pole?
yeah, I've never heard of that. So he sent me a picture of 3 bike racks that have. It looks like you need to put some coins in to use it.
How are you going to give somebody a ticket?
Right.
Yeah.
They're going to chop off the chain and steal their bike?
Yeah, I don't know how that works, but I'm gonna check it out. But that's one of the things about, like, so for Bike Month, we want to bring awareness to the benefits of riding a bike, but things like this are deterrents. And this past month, I so in May, I did a bike ride with North Long Beach Council District, the 9th District, with Councilman Stephen Neal, and it was part of the Long Beach Bike Long Beach Know Your Neighborhood tour, and I actually planned the tour and the route for the ride. So when I was doing that, I was riding around in the neighborhood in North Long Beach, and I took the train, because I live in Central Long Beach, so I took the train to North Long Beach, and then I rode my bike from the train station to the area that I wanted to map out for the route. Now, when I did that, I got 2 very big surprises that I am upset about. I'll say it mildly. The bike ride from the Artesia station and from the Del Amo station were unbelievable. I rode to Long Beach Boulevard, and so from the Artesia station, I got off the train and I rode my bike from Artesia on Artesia Boulevard to Long Beach Boulevard to Starking Elementary for a meeting. And then I was going to scout the route as well. But the road on Artesia from the train station is unbelievable. It's horrible. I have ridden on all sorts of roads. I've ridden on the freeways. I have been on all sorts of roads. I've never seen any road that bad. It was horrible.
It's worse than Century?
I have never. You have to try it.
Okay.
You have to look at it. It's horrible. There are potholes. There are cracks. There's parts of, like, the road is
Craters?
yeah, like
That's what we call them.
craters.
Bike craters.
So you have craters, then you have regular potholes, but then part of the road is like removed.
Craters.
And cracks, and it was so unbelievable. And then the traffic is moving so fast because it's crossing the 91 freeway. So you have people entering and exiting the freeway right there, and the traffic is moving really fast. So that would be prime, and it goes by El Camino College in Compton. So it goes by.
I've ridden that. I have ridden that.
It goes by there where so a lot of people are traveling on that street.
Right.
So if we want to encourage people to ride bikes and to be multimodal, so to use the train, ride your bike, or use the train and walk, we really need to give some attention to that area. I could not believe how bad it was. I was afraid to ride on it, and I'm an experienced cyclist. So and this is broad daylight. I'm riding, and there's no way I would ride that at night because even with the light, you're gonna miss something. You're gonna miss some cracks. You're gonna miss some craters. You're gonna miss some potholes, and you're gonna eat it. So I was talking with the city planner at Long Beach. I talked with some of the staff from the council district, and I something really needs to be done. I don't even understand. It would make so much sense to put a dedicated path like from Long Beach Boulevard or from Atlantic that leads all the way to the train station. There's a plan to do a bike lane, but it ends at like El Camino, where that's like where it starts to get really bad. So from El Camino to the train station, that's really needs a lot of attention. So hopefully we'll be able to get some conversations started where we can get some infrastructure in place, because that is really senseless. How am I going to tell North Long Beach that, guys, you know what? It'd be great for you to go out and ride a bike because you'll get healthier, you'll save money, you'll help conserve the environment and all this stuff. But then when they look at this, they're going to be so intimidated, they're not going to want to do it, because I had doubts about it. I'm an experienced person, so someone that's new, it really, really bothered me that that area hasn't gotten any attention. And I know that part of it is because part of that street is Compton and the other part is Long Beach.
Right. So
two cities will have to work together to make that happen. I don't know if any conversations have happened to date, but I plan on finding out what can be done and what organization or department needs to get involved, because it was really, really sad. And I'm like, there's no way I could, with a straight face, tell somebody that lives in that area and takes the train to ride their bike over that bridge. I can't do that.
Whose district is that?
It's
What area is
in
that?
Long Beach. It's District 9, and in Compton, I don't know.
But I mean, that's where it splits. It's between two districts.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. So it's two separate cities. So yeah, so I don't know who handles the other side, the Compton side, but it was just getting out of the parking lot from the train station immediately. As soon as you get outside of the parking lot, it's just trashed.
Right.
The road looks like it has not been maintained, and I don't know when. It was unbelievable. And basically the same thing coming from from the Del Amo train station as well. So you have to go over a bridge.
Yeah, you go, you leave the train station, and you come around.
Got some bike activities for Metro.
Oh, okay.
They got some bike activities for Bike Week. So around the city, around the cities, Southgate City Hall, City of Southgate is hosting Fix Your Bike on Monday, May 13th from 11 a.m. to 2:30 p.m. Baldwin Park Metro Link Station, Bike San Gabriel Valley from 10 to 2 at the Metro Link Station. Watts Labor Community Action Committee, hosted by yours truly, the Eastside Riders Bike Club, is doing Fix Your Bike from 7 to 10:30 a.m. McBride Teen Center, Bikeable Communities, and Long Beach. You know what that's at?
Yep, I sure do.
All right, they're doing Fix Your Bike from 3:30 p.m. to 5:30 p.m. And Bice Libre is doing theirs from 12 to 7 p.m. All of this information is on Metro Bike Week, and that's for Monday. Guided Rides, which is on Tuesday. Well, actually, it's on Wednesday. It's the Walk and Rollers. They're in Culver City. Their bike rides start at 2:30, ends at 3:30. Cycle in Pasadena, they're doing their bike ride from 6:30 to 9:30. Bice Libre is doing a bike ride from 7 to 9 p.m. I'm pretty sure it's part of the Ride of Silence. The Eastside Riders is doing one over at Raleigh Park in Gardena. Starting off in Gardena, ending up in Compton. It's May 15th. Start at 7, ends at 9:30. That's the Bike Week guided rides.
And then mine also will be on Wednesday from 4:30 to 6, and that's a family fun ride. We'll be meeting at the bike station.
and it just looked like it's a whole lot of stuff going on for bike to work day. It looked like a lot of organizations is involved with that. They didn't even put up every organization name. They just put like dots on the map, so it looks real busy. And then Bike Local is May 17th through 19th, and once again, it's just a lot of dots put up there. It's that day. I mean, those 2 days you bike to your local restaurants or favorite spots, and try to go there on a bike instead of driving your car. Go grocery shopping or something on your bike. It's cool.
Yeah, so that's like, so in Long Beach we have Bike Saturday, so it's like the weekend version of that.
Mm-hmm.
So that's really cool. And
That every weekend.
yeah, so in Long Beach it's every Saturday.
And I went to a conference over in Long Beach, down, I guess it's downtown, and just walking around. Now, first of all, if you want a smoothie, it's gonna take an hour. I don't know why. Every shop we went to would take an hour, but it's not like going to the boba shop. But people actually share information in Long Beach. Every store had signs up about different bike events coming up, and it was crazy. I was like, this is pretty cool that it's like the city just ran, tour Long Beach coming up, and everybody had it in the store in the storefronts. And then it was like some stuff that wasn't even city related, and I seen it in almost every window down there, and I thought that was pretty cool how information can get shared in the city. And then just looking at how LA, the big city it is behind, and looking at Long Beach of how they do bike infrastructure down in Los Angeles. And I was sitting in the meeting. We were sitting in the meeting the other day, and all the stuff they was presenting, we rode with Elizabeth already down in Long Beach on all this stuff. We was like, wow, they kind of late.
Well, good. Well, I'm glad you had a good experience with that. Yeah, so the Bike Fest is coming up on the 11th, the Tour of Long Beach, and then the Bike Fest. So yeah, I've been out and I've been seeing a bunch of flyers about that too. So like in Long Beach, you'll see, at least in the downtown and the East Long Beach areas, you'll see a lot of support for bike events. We need to push that inland. So that's something that we're working on. But yeah, that's great. You had a good experience. I didn't know you were in my city. You didn't tell me to come by to say hello.
I think he was out of town.
Oh, okay. Okay. So
Speaking of biking in Long Beach, did you hit that 100-mile bike last weekend? Or was that
Tour
Tour
de Cure.
no, I didn't do the Tour de Cure last week. What? I had something else to do. What was I doing last weekend?
You was probably out of town.
Yep, that's so. Yeah.
Last weekend. What was last weekend?
Last Sunday.
Last Sunday,
Last Sunday was.
the 28th, right?
I don't know what I was doing. I had something to do. But anyway, I wasn't there, unfortunately. I wanted to do the Tour of Long Beach ride. So I've done that several times, but I'm going to have a booth. So I'll be at my booth doing my little Fix-A-Flat demonstration. So I'll be present. I won't be doing the ride, though. But on May the 30th, I think we're doing the Bike with the Mayor Day. So he's going to be doing a bike to school day, and I don't recall the name of the school, but they invited some bike folks in Long Beach to ride with them. So I'm going to do that on the 30th. For Bike to School Day, the plan was to do a couple schools in North Long Beach. But, and this is another barrier to biking that is reminding me that there's a lot of work to be done. There's a school, so the councilman for the 9th District is available to do 2 days for the Bike to School Day. And he wants to do 2 different schools, which is wonderful. I'm all excited about it. But for one of the schools, it's an elementary school, Star King Elementary, which is a school that I actually went to when I lived in North Long Beach. They don't have bike racks.
Oh, wow.
So I'm like, how is it?
A bike to school.
We're in the most bike-friendly city in the nation.
Mm-hmm.
How come every school does not have bike racks to encourage the students to ride their bikes to school? And also, too, safe routes to school. Our version is Safe Moves is the company that handles it. I need to get some more information from them and find out actually what's going on and where they are, because I'm not clear on what's going on, and I need some transparency and some clarity on what's going on in North Long Beach. And if it's in North Long Beach, it's probably in Central and West Long Beach as well. So those are the areas where we have probably the larger groups of people of color and low income folks. So those are the areas that need some attention. But I'm like, how does a school not have bike racks? So we can't do Bike to School Day with Star King Elementary.
Wow.
So because the school said, we would love to do it, but we don't have bike racks, and we can't sustain it because we don't have, like, if the kid decides that they want to continue riding their bike to school, then we can't really accommodate them. So one of the issues is, so the city of Long Beach has a grant to provide bike racks throughout the city. So you see these artsy bike racks all over Long Beach, but I guess there's an issue with if the grant is for public places only, so you can put the bike racks only in public spaces. Well, there's an issue determining if a school is public or private, and then there's also an issue with liability. So I think the school district wants the city to be responsible for the bike racks if they're placed on the school campus, and there's something that's not quite right, and they haven't figured it out yet on what the deal is with getting bike racks put into the schools. So some schools have bike racks because I've seen them. But this particular school, this conversation came up with, oh, well, is it public or private, and who's going to maintain it? So
what comes with maintaining a bike rack?
Yeah, I don't know.
Painted every 2 years?
Yeah, like if a bolt comes loose, then
tighten it
back. So I don't really understand that. So I want to get some clarity on that. But that really just reminded me of why there's work for me to do. So if the kid doesn't have a bike rack to take his bike and lock it up at school, then how do I tell the student, yeah, it's great for you to ride your bike to school and you should do that. It's good for you.
Right.
So where are you going to put your bike? So we need to have access we need to make it easy for people to ride their bikes. We need to provide parking, secured parking. We need to provide safe infrastructure for them to ride on. And then there are some kids who don't have bikes and their parents can't afford them. So we need to provide access to bikes as well.
Say we do our version of Ron Finley as the guerrilla gardener. Let's be guerrilla bikers and bike rack installers, and start rolling around and
just doing it
and putting in bike racks in Long Beach. Let's go.
You know, I like that idea.
Let's
I
go.
like that idea. Now,
Make it happen.
we got to get the bike racks, though.
We're gonna get the bike racks.
We got some.
We're gonna borrow the bike racks from LA City. We didn't hear that. Let's make some. Let's make some bike racks.
Yeah, that would be wonderful to do, but the process of getting the bike racks, having the people to do it. Now the city, they have a bunch of bike racks left, so I can't remember the total number.
There it is.
That they started out with, but they have some bike racks that can be used throughout. So if you
Tell them we need them.
If you want a bike rack in front of your neighborhood, in front of your house or your business or whatever, you can call this number, or I think it's online too, and put in a request, and they will put a bike rack there because they got a grant to do this. But for the schools, it should not be that complicated.
Shouldn't be.
It should be easier, if anything.
Yeah, so that's that's keeping people from becoming healthy and mobile, and that's a big problem. So with Bike to School Day, we're still trying to figure out, so one school doesn't have bike racks, another school, they only have 10 students who ride their bikes to school. So they said that they, weren't.
That's more than the kids that ride their bikes to school in LA.
Right.
Yeah,
and they have bike racks.
They got bike racks.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, so that's a problem. But they're like, yeah, so we're going to pass, and they'll do something like in the summer. They'll do some kind of event in the summer. And then the other 2 schools, I'm waiting to find out if they have bike racks or not, and if we can do a Bike to School Day. It would be sad if we can't do Bike to School Day in North Long Beach. It would really be sad if we can't do that when we have some willing participants, but we don't have the resources to be able to do it. That would really be sad, and this is something that the city does need to be aware of, like our mayor, Bob Foster. And then the councilman has been made aware of it. Hopefully,
Let's go, Bob. Step your game up.
please do, because everyone in the city deserves the right to receive the benefits of biking. So if you go to the nicer parts, the more affluent areas in Long Beach, I can pretty much guarantee
Right.
that every one of those schools
Right.
has plenty of bike racks.
Right.
Yeah, I have no doubt about it. And now I think I'm probably going to do a survey. I'm probably going to go
I was
around
just about to say
and
that.
check out the
Let's
schools
find out.
and find out
Let's
who
get that
has
information
them.
back by next show.
About to do a bike survey.
Who has them and who doesn't and why? Like why don't we have these?
Yeah.
So
Let's do a report back next time.
yeah, I'll
About
do
this.
that.
Let's
I'll
do a
do
bike
that.
survey.
Yeah. And you're talking about so in LA they do have bike racks, but the kids don't. They don't use them.
No. Well, now, of course, the high school kids are starting to use them, but the youngsters, they don't ride their bikes to school. Kids, it was crazy because we'll just go to Christmas time when the neighborhood council was looking for bikes. They was looking for bikes. They didn't want good quality bikes for these kids because they said most likely the kids are going to ride the bikes 1 or 2 times and then they're going to get stolen. That they straight up told me this. I'm like, well, that's why we were going to supply them with locks and everything. Well, we just want some bikes under $50 so the kids can ride and have fun and that's it. But our thing was we want to take it beyond just giving them a bike for Christmas. We want to make sure that they know how to fix this bike, they know how to maintain this bike, and they can use this bike to go back and forth to school.
Yeah.
Neighborhood council didn't want to have nothing to do with that. They just wanted some bikes that. Well, we're not gonna put it on all the neighborhood council.
Right,
We're gonna put it on.
say,
We're
come
gonna
on
put it
now.
on the representative of the neighborhood council. And I'm not saying what neighborhood council that was,
Right.
but they just wanted some bikes that they can say they gave away to some kids.
Yeah, that is so unfair to the community. And
Yeah.
one of the things, so for the programs that I'm developing, I want to be able to provide bikes to the participants who complete the class. So if you go through a 4-week program, then you get a bike, you earn a bike at the end of it. So, but for you to finish that program, you're educated on the rules and responsibilities of a bicyclist, the rules of the road, how to do basic maintenance on your bike, like changing a flat tire if something happens, how to lock your bike up and how to secure it, how to determine if this is a good space for you to lock your bike or not, checking to see if somebody actually unscrewed the bolts to a bike rack so that they could easily steal your bike if you lock it there, basic things like that. But I won't do the program, and I won't give away bikes that are not good quality. I'm not going to give somebody something that I wouldn't use.
Right.
So, and I think that that's unfair for people to do that, just because this is a group of people who might be from low income or people of color or a woman. I think that's unfair. Now, building a bike is cool. So if you have a program where people, like this is a recycle a bike type of deal where they go in and they work from the bike from scratch and they know like what's being put together, they're being assisted with it, and they know that that's a sturdy, reliable, functioning bike, that's different. But to give somebody something that is, might last for a couple of months or it won't get you through a good year, why would you do that to someone, to provide them with something that is not sustainable? It's going to break down soon. So we deserve better than that.
Mm-hmm.
And I think.
I mean, everybody can't ride Nerve bikes and
Understand.
the old school Schwinn bikes and the high quality bikes out there. But we're gonna get them the next best thing.
Right. They can
Shop
afford
from your local bike shop, please.
Yeah, that's one thing. So in Long Beach, we've gotten so many new bike shops that have popped up. Unfortunately, there's not one in North Long Beach.
Do they know how to fix bikes?
Wow.
So for the Know Your Neighborhood bike tour, the goal was to include a bike shop in the tour. So the 9th District wanted to showcase their assets in the city. They have a bunch of projects that are going on that are either in the process, so they're finishing up a new fire station. They are, I guess they finalized the build for a new library. So we went around to different areas. They're doing some stuff at a park and all this. But we couldn't in a 5-mile radius
North Long Beach.
in North Long Beach, there's not a bike shop. So there was one, but it wasn't in a 5-mile radius where we were, and it closed down. The location was, I don't think it was a good location, and I don't know how long they'd been in business, but I went by there and there was a sign on the window that said,
For sale.
it said
Foreclosed.
closed. You can look us up online. You can still order from us online. And then there's a shop that is further south, so it's between the 8th and the 9th district, and that one is a relatively new shop, but it was not in a 5-mile radius. So if you look in the area around Houghton Park and North Long Beach and Coolidge Park, between those two parks, there's no bike shop. And then if you go downtown Long Beach, if you ride, I don't know, every few blocks, there's bike shops. So probably within every mile, every couple miles, we have some new bike shops. So, and I understand as a business owner that you want to be in an area that's going to attract business. But I think we have a responsibility to the entire city and to the residents who live there to provide them with shops where they can get repairs, where they can make purchases, where they can learn how to work on their bikes. But I'm telling, like, my goal is to get people riding bikes in North Long Beach, but if you need to fix your bike and it's beyond your skill level, you need to go to a bike shop, you're going to have to go more than 5 miles to get it fixed.
So, with that, Eastside Riders, with the Los Riders Bike Club, we are the United Riders together, both our clubs. And we're working on doing a co-op type thing over in LA on Central. And the goal of it is to have a shop that sell bikes, good quality bikes to our community for a low price. We're not trying to get rich. We're trying to have our community supplied with high quality bikes that they can rely on. Another thing that we want to do is have it open with parts in there, so people in the community can come in there and fix their bikes, learn how to fix their bikes. And another thing is where they can come and just borrow a bike. That's one of our plans we've been working on for, 3 years now, where we want people to come in and just like a library, you got a card to the association, you check out a bike, you go do your errands, you have it for a week or so. But every week you bring it in so we can tune it up, we check and make sure you still have the bike. And then if the bike is stolen or lost or whatever, it costs you $50, no more. It's just something to make people be aware and to supply our community with nice quality bikes and something that they can borrow.
I love that idea. So we had the hub in Long Beach, but that got dissolved too. So there's an organization that is, I guess that was running it, but the person who was the operator, I guess the daily operator of it, something happened anyway. It ended up being dissolved, and they're planning to revive it. My goal is to see hubs throughout Long Beach. So we had like one location, it was in Central Long Beach, and they provided like bike stand time, so you could go in there, repair your bike for a small fee, or they could do repairs for you for small fees. And then I think they had an earn a bike program as well. If you worked so many hours, then you could earn a bike and actually get to keep it.
What do they do with all these supplies?
They still have them.
Okay.
So I think they're going to use them in the new program that they're going to start. I don't think that's started yet. I haven't heard. But I want to see like that type of thing throughout Long Beach, where people can come in, buy a bike, get a used bike, a new bike, get parts, and these are all at low cost, and some of the services can be free, and teaching them how to actually maintain their own bike, so they're not intimidated about, like, if something simple happens, if I get a flat, or if
That's why about 80% of kids don't ride bikes right now, because they get a flat. Moms and pops is like, I ain't paying to get that flat fixed, so that bike is sitting in the backyard.
Yeah. So what happens is, if somebody gets a flat tire, or if a cable or something comes off, or something that's really simple happens to a person's bike, and if they're not knowledgeable on how to fix it, that bike basically becomes useless. And it could be a brand new bike with a flat tire, and it'll sit and rust in the backyard or it in the garage. And there's so many people that have that same situation. And if you can't afford, in your mind, if you think that it costs a lot of money to get your tire fixed, and you can't afford to go pay to take it to the shop, you're like, I can't. This bike is going to be sitting in this garage because I can't pay to fix it. I don't know how to fix it myself. So we want to educate people on how to do those basic things so that that bike is still really good. You can get a free patch kit from somewhere, or buy a patch kit from a bike shop, fix your own bike, or you can buy some new tubes and replace your tire yourself. And that's something that is empowering for people. But if you don't have that knowledge, if you think it's a big deal, something that you can't do, your bike is going to be useless to you. You're not going to ride it, so you're missing out on a whole bunch. So that I love the idea of your program, and I want to see that in Long Beach and throughout our city, so that people can get moving and have access to bikes. And there's so many families who can't afford bikes, so borrowing a bike. So Long Beach is, I'm not sure if it's the end of this year or next year, they're going to be rolling out the Bike Nation, the bike share program.
LA also with like 12,000 bikes or something like that.
And it's going to be interesting to see how they handle that, because I actually, the day that the city council awarded Bike Nation the contract, I was at the city council meeting, and I was happened to be sitting next to I guess the COO of Bike Nation. And we went out afterwards. I went out with some other folks, and I asked just a basic question about like how they're going to determine where they're going to place the kiosk. And
nothing in the north.
And like, are they going to be throughout the city, or is it just going to be focused on the downtown and the tourist area?
That's where all ours are going to be.
So the answer I got, I wasn't really satisfied with, but I think it was like, it's going to be in the commercial areas to start out with, and then they're going to maybe do some surveys to see where else they're going to place them. But my concern is with that, it's a wonderful idea. I love it. But are you going to include everybody?
Nope.
Because there are people in other parts of the city that it's not downtown, it's not in a commercial area, but they could benefit from having access to a bike share program. So I'm hoping that that they do have that in their plans, that they will be in North Long Beach, they'll be in West Long Beach and Central Long Beach as well.
Can I suggest a name for the bike program that John talked about?
Sure.
The Bibrary?
The Byberry?
Bybrary.
Yeah, that sounds nice. Right. We're going to run that. Hey, EJ, write that down.
I love that. I love that. So the bike share is just for like short trips.
Yeah.
So like 30 minutes. I think it's under 30 minutes. You don't have to pay. So maybe there's like a membership, and you do the membership, and then you can use the bikes. And then if it's under 30 minutes, you don't pay. But if it's over 30 minutes, then you pay like a small amount.
Yeah.
But if you're going to do, if I need to borrow a bike for a week, I wouldn't want to use the bike share, because that's going to add up.
That's when you come to the Byberry.
Yeah, so at the Byberry, I like that idea of being able to check out a bike for a week. So now, like in Long Beach, we have the bike station. So you can rent a bike for an hour or for a day, and I think you can rent a bike for a week.
And I think when you have more of these bike shares where you can borrow bikes, you're gonna need more of the bike. What was it called?
Bike station.
Bike stations, because you can go take a shower in there if you're a member, right?
Yeah.
Right. So if you're a business person and you're riding your bike, or you renting one of these bikes to ride across town, and you're a member of their program, you need to be a member of that one also, because you're gonna be a little sweaty trying to go to the office.
Exactly.
Yeah. So we need to have those, because they have the showers, they have lockers. So
and we don't even have one in Los Angeles.
Right.
Yeah, we need a bike station that could be like all inclusive in your the Byberry.
The Byberry.
We sat down with the city at this meeting, and we kind of made it a bike club meeting, we flooded this meeting, and all we talked about was bike stuff. At the end of this meeting, everybody was talking about bike stuff, and one of the main things was the 103rd station in Watts was to get a bike station, because I was so impressed when we went to Long Beach when we met you there that we was like, we need one in LA somewhere. And I know it'd be hard to put one at that heavily used metro station, the Rosa Parks station on Imperial, but the 103rd, I think that'd be a nice place to put it, and it'll get used. Well, I know I'll use it.
Right.
That'd be really cool. So the city was in agreement with that?
At the end of the day, we had, but it's part of the LA2B
That was
plan or something like that.
The budget, wasn't it? Part of the.
Yeah, they was putting it into their budget, and we like flooded. We had everybody from the bike club show up to that meeting.
Good. Keep on them, because, I mean, it just makes sense.
Right.
Yep.
It makes so much sense. If you think of how much money you could save if you were multimodal and you took a train and rode your bike instead of paying gas and
Sitting
the
in
maintenance on your
traffic.
car, and then the stress.
I've been riding my bike for
Sitting in
2
traffic.
weeks, and I've saved $50.
And I've been driving a car because I have to go downtown LA, and I got to be back to Willowbrook and everywhere, and I can't ride my bike anymore, and I'm losing money.
Man.
It's costing you money, Doug.
Yeah, I want to get back on my bike.
Man.
I miss my bike.
Man.
Now I went from riding bikes to just putting them together and looking at them in the garage.
Hopefully you'll get to get back on your bike soon.
Need to get back on my
with
bike.
your job.
I need to get back on my bike.
That they'll understand.
I'm hurting.
Man.
Yeah, we need you on your bike so you can roll on and spread the gospel.
I don't get to spread around like I used to. You know, I would have been at a couple of events in Long Beach by now. Can't do it. We would have had more stuff going on in our neighborhoods. Can't do it. So, but we're coming back. We're coming back. It's gonna be good. It's gonna be nice. We're gonna have a lot of fun.
Well, good. There's someone named Slim Buick, who's one of my Facebook friends. They have something called the Bicycle Art Salon. So they have an event planned for Friday the 17th at 7 p.m. They're in Oakland though.
Oh, because I was gonna go to the salon.
So they have a website, and it's called bicycleartsalon.com, and it looks really interesting. And one of the things that I want to do in my program is to create, with like some of the leftover parts, have students create bike art, and art that can actually be used. Like, we have a lot of public art in Long Beach, so that can be used throughout the city, but also that can be sold for the students to earn income, and also contribute part of the earnings back to the program. So since we have a lot of artists in Long Beach, that's something that I want to get to hopefully this summer. So check out the Bicycle Art Salon.
I'm gonna check him out, and I want to see if he can teach me, since he's from Oakland, how to do a scraper bike.
A scraper, is that the tall bike?
No, a scraper bike is like, so you paint your bike all kind of fun colors, and then with your spokes, I don't know if it's tape or if you tape them off and you spray them different colors, and they look real nice. Someone shared that. I think I seen it maybe about 3 or 4 years ago, and then someone recently shared a video of the scraper bikes, and I was like, I want to get one over here. I probably won't paint it all kind of weird colors because I just ride weird color bikes, period. But that, I think that'd be real nice. I guess you make the wheels look sort of like the old school mags, and you put them on beach cruisers and 3-wheelers and things like that.
Oh, I'll have to see that. You'll have to show me a picture.
Yeah.
So I can see what that looks like, because that looks really fun. Like, getting people customizing their bicycles and rolling out.
Right.
So yeah, he probably does know about it since he's in the bike art stuff. And I don't know if you talked about Renee earlier, but Renee has, I think, 21 days before her wedding. So she is not joining us today, but she's here with us in spirit. And she's still posting on Facebook, like, all of her crazy exercise routines that she does She is unbelievable. She's really a superwoman with all the things that she does. But you are missed, Renee. You're listening to this, and we are excited about your upcoming wedding at the end of this month.
Congratulations.
Yeah, Renee is getting hitched. She's getting hitched.
So here's a picture right here. It's like their theme of the scraper bike was Oreo cookies, and then somebody back there have Skittles, and then they have like the Oakland Athletics baseball team. So it's like
those are hot.
it's pretty
Oh,
cool,
those are
and they got a lot of
That
kids
is
involved.
sick.
That's kids would really. I think kids would really,
Right.
really like
Oh,
having
yeah.
that as a project
I'm
to do.
surprised it's still just in Oakland and not
Exactly,
Right.
down here.
exactly, and it's been around for a while. And
we need
it's
to say-
nice.
Oh, yeah.
It's a nice. It's basic. I guess what probably stopped it from being here is the whole fixie craze.
You know, that could have been it.
Because
I
this
would
is
think the fixed kids would like that. The fixie kids would like
I would
that.
think
well,
so.
they do similar.
Similar, but
that's a whole.
this is a whole different
Yeah.
dynamic right here. I mean,
Yeah, that's really cool. Yeah, I like that. We need to do something with
yeah,
that
that is now laters right
Let me
there.
check that out.
and see how
He want now laters.
to see how they did it. That's something we can do here.
So
So
they put it on their spokes. Is that
yeah.
what it
So
is?
what I did, I emailed the guy, the original guy who first did the scraper bike, and he hasn't gotten back to me yet. But I keep on him because I really want to make sure that when I do it right. I went to the store and bought all kind of different colored duct tape.
Okay. Okay.
And I got some duct tape that glow in the dark also, and then I got some Raiders duct tape. So I was like, I'm gonna try it, but then I was like, I don't want to mess up. So the duct tape is just sitting in the bag, waiting for him to get back to me so I can do this bike right.
Well, hopefully,
Oh, yeah, this is cool.
you'll get in touch with him soon because that is I like the idea, and I'm sure that kids would really love that.
Yeah.
And to be able to customize their bike, so that's my bike and that's your bike, even though it might be the same
Might
exact,
be the
same,
exact
bike,
same bike,
but
yeah.
you can customize it and make it your own.
Maybe
That's
we
a
can
really
talk
good
to this guy on the next show or one of the.
Call the scraper bike guy. I'd do as much information I could to get a hold to him.
idea. Yeah, we'll
Right.
have to we'll have to connect with the scraper guy.
And we'll get the bike beautician. What is it? The bike art show?
The bike art salon.
Bike art salon. The bike beautician. That sounds right. We'll see if we can get them. Man, these are some nice bikes, man.
Yeah, man.
And
I'm feeling that.
it's nice, man. Yeah. So I guess we'll try to reach out to him and see if we can get them with the lights on
Ain't
there.
that the one we saw in Monrovia?
No, all of these bikes are in Oakland.
No,
No,
I'm
man.
talking about the little light thing they got
Yeah.
on the wheels. Yeah.
So yeah, this is pretty. It's pretty nice. Too bad you guys can't see what we're seeing.
Right.
Kids and art. This is pretty dope.
Yeah, I
Is
think
that is that a
definitely-
website you're looking at, or is that just Google?
I just typed it in and it came up with all of these images.
Okay.
I don't think they have I think they have a Facebook, scraper bikes, but a website. I know they got a nice video. It's pretty cool.
Okay.
It's like riding on my scraper bike, scraping on my scraper bike. Pretty cool. That's how I first
First heard about
heard about it. Yeah,
Oh, they
it
got a
had to
little
be at
song,
least
huh?
had to be at least like in 2007 or something like that
Oh,
when I
wow.
heard it. And that's why I'm like surprised it haven't caught on. And I know we reached out to this guy plenty of times, but hey, when you're busy making scraper bikes.
Man. Like Paul Wall with the grills.
Yeah.
Huh?
You'll get to connect with them soon.
I'm gonna fly to Oakland just to pick me up a scraper bike. I'm gonna ride it back home.
Right. See you in about
Get a nice
2
ride.
months.
You'll get a lot of attention.
Right.
Did you guys talk about the rite of silence already?
We talked
a little
about-
bit
a little
it.
bit, you
But
know.
Go ahead, tell us what you know about it. Go ahead.
I just know that you guys are doing it, and I wanted to get some more information out.
We are doing the Ride of Silence
15th.
on the 15th.
7 o'clock.
So
Where's it starting?
it's starting over at Raleigh Park, so at the Benjamin Torres site.
Okay.
And what we're gonna do is we have a little slight monkey wrench thrown into our plan of ride. We were supposed to start over in Gardena at the Benjamin Torres site, then go over to South LA, 43rd Street.
Yeah.
We were supposed to go to 43rd Street, but 43rd Street we put this bike up about maybe a month ago.
A little bit over a month.
2 weeks ago, somebody stole the back wheel off of the bike.
Right.
Last week, somebody stole the complete bike. And now, let me tell
Wow.
you, the chain we had on this bike
was
not
no.
a small chain.
Nah.
It was a thick chain.
It was one of those $25 chains.
Yes. And the bike is gone. I mean, people started sending us pictures like, what happened to the bike? Did you guys take the bike? We didn't take the bike. Someone stole the bike. Stole the ghost bike. No respect. So, but we had that happen in Compton before also. And
Do you have a sign or something on the bike or near the bike so that people can know what that is? What it represents?
So we went back and we haven't been able to make our signs yet because it costs.
Okay.
But we've put cards on there and we make sure the candles are lit up. So since every day someone else would go and make sure they put new candles are lighted up to make sure to let people know. When we put it up, we let the neighbors around know that this was a memorial bike for the person who got killed, and everyone knew.
Yeah,
and remember,
it was a Sunday at the church, and everybody was outside, so they were asking questions. So
and they remembered the accident.
Okay.
Right.
They remembered how the dude got hit, where he landed, where he lived, and everything.
Okay.
So it was known. The reason why the bike got stolen, I have no idea. We did let government officials know that we placed that bike there, and they were surprised because they said we started seeing these bikes, these white bikes around the neighborhood, and we didn't know what it was. So when I let them know, they said, "Okay, we understand. We're not gonna mess with them." That was Jen Perry's district. So she understood. They totally understood. Now, if someone else went from her, well, not in her control and took the bike, then we need to know that. But right now, as it looks, I would think the bike got stolen. Simple as that. Because we heard that it looked like you could see pieces of the chain on the floor. So someone broke that chain and took a bike. Now, why would they take it? Because we basically took everything off of that bike
that you can use besides the frame.
And then you would have to buy everything. It would cost you more to put that bike back together
than to buy
a new bike.
So it makes no sense.
So it comes down to the guy who
to work that hard to get that chain off.
He worked that hard just so he can, and you got to have a whole lot of frames to get some money. Now, if he just needed one more to get to that $100, then I guess he did what he had to do.
Helped him out.
But
that's so wrong and disrespectful.
Yeah. So we're not going all the way to South LA, and I don't know if we're gonna still do it and just say,
you can still do it.
That's where the bike was at, and then we're gonna go over to Watts, where we have a ghost bike up there. We thought Metro was gonna have a problem with us putting that ghost bike up, but they said it's totally fine to leave it there. And then we'll go back to Compton, where Ovidio Morales, he's a father working here in the United States, sending money back home to his family. Don't quote me, but I'm thinking either it was Guatemala or Mexico. He was sending his money back to his family. And Channel 7, when they showed this accident a couple years ago, when we took action on it, the guy got out of his car, looks at him, and just walk back around, hops in his car and leave. It was just horrible.
Did they catch him?
Still haven't caught the guy to this day. It's just crazy. So that's our reason, and the reason the whole ride is such a nice ride, because you hop on the bikes, and the whole ride to whatever first stop we have is silence. You're not supposed to be talking. You're not supposed to be making noises and things like that. It's silence.
It's so different from any of our other rides, because usually you'll have somebody that has a radio on their bike, or it'd be a fun type of vibe. But this one is more serious, and
we're working on hand signals right now,
right,
to make sure that everybody can understand and know what we're going to be doing. We already know hand signals, but we're really going over them to make sure everybody understand the signs that we throw up, because it's like total silence. So we got 4 stops. So at the end of the first stop, then people can, I guess, talk about that part of the ride, and then once we hop back on the bikes, it's silence again.
So the riding part is all silence.
All silence.
Okay.
Yeah. So we're gonna have a good time. This is our first year taking part in it. Danny Gamboa from Ghost Bikes told us about it, and we was like, maybe. And then more people started asking us, and I was like, probably. And then they really started asking and asking and asking. I said, okay.
Well, good. This I think will be good for the families of the victims, and also for the community to see, to remind them of what has happened,
Right.
and that we need to be better about safety for bicyclists.
Never know. We might be riding another bike down there to 43rd Street that night and placing it there.
That's what I was thinking. Honestly.
It's not like it's easy to get bikes, but
Right.
you know, if we have to keep placing, I mean, we went back and placed the one back in Compton after it was stolen. So it took us a couple years, but we did it. I don't see why we wouldn't place another bike there on 43rd Street.
Yeah, hopefully you guys will be able to do that. I was on the train going or coming home from downtown LA, and I saw a guy with a white spray painted bike, and I looked at the bike and I was like, that's odd. And then it reminded me of the ghost bikes, and I was like, okay, ghost bikes are painted white. And then I didn't notice him until he was about to exit the train. So I'm looking at the bike and I'm thinking, okay, his bike was spray painted white, because there's no, like, all of the decal stuff was all sprayed over. And then I looked at the tires and I was like, aren't the tire, like, the entire bike on ghost bikes are spray painted white, so the
Right.
tires too.
Tires and everything.
And I looked at the tires, and at some point they were white. It had started to fade. And I was saying, I hope that is not a stolen ghost bike.
Right.
I hope that is not a stolen ghost bike. But I just thought that was like the oddest thing to see him with that bike. And I'm like, I really hope that you didn't steal that bike, or you bought that bike stolen, or somebody gave it to you and they stole it from a memorial site. I hope
Maybe
that's not the case.
people don't know what they are. A lot of people.
Yeah, I think probably something needs to be attached to the bike that lets people know this is in remembrance of someone who died right here on their bike.
Yeah, because
So-
for our neighborhoods, it's new. I mean, people got killed on bikes before, but this has never been done. So this is new
Yeah.
to our neighborhoods. Everywhere else, you know, it's. I mean, when people get killed, a bike go there, and everybody know what it's for. But in our neighborhood, they probably just think like it's a white bike locked up here. I don't know why it's here.
But I need that handlebars.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah,
It's
so
a
maybe
savage.
putting, like, on the scraper bike, how they have the stuff in between the tires,
Yeah.
maybe do the tape, or however they put, I don't know what that is on the tires.
I'ma
but
figure it out.
So if it's tape, then maybe have
And loving
something
memory.
written on it, or tape to it that has the message that says, this is why this bike is here, and please respect it. So that might be
And then
helpful.
we're new at doing this, so I've talked to some folks who've done ghost bikes, and they say what we need to do is we need to ding up the bike a little bit more. We need to probably not have it on the ground, raise it up a little bit, a little higher. So it's some things that we're learning as we're doing
you know
this.
what I was? Somebody told me too. We need to weld.
They said that weld
Welds
like the
the
back
pieces
wheel on and the
and
handlebars and things like that.
so we don't even move. So they can be like, oh, what am I going to do with this?
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
Yeah, those are some good ideas.
So
it says
it's
you have
new.
to do that, though.
Right.
It's new. It's new to us. I mean, you know, when we do stuff, we don't follow directions.
Yeah, we
just
make
do
it
it.
as we go. We learn.
That's man. That's man for you.
Right.
I am man. I know everything.
Right.
Well, you have some more information now. So with the next one, it'll be
And
wherever
then
you leave it.
we don't. I don't know if we have the budget to do all that.
Right.
We barely got the budget for the bike and spray paint.
Right.
Oh yeah,
Right.
that is a
So,
lot.
yeah.
That is doing a lot. Well, at
I mean,
least
just the
you
spray
could,
paint alone is like $50.
write on it.
Yeah, that's what that's the crazy part. And the one in that we did in Compton, when we left that one, we wrote all over. We put a loving memory of Ovidio Morales. We put the date on there. We put his birth date on there, and
It still came up missing.
still came up missing. We're working on making some signs with the Los Riders Bike Club. So just they say we can silk screen some signs. So we have this little thing that we putting together. It has the Benjamin Torres silhouette. It has the United Riders silhouette, and it has the 3 foot law silhouette on there. And then it'll have their name, a loving memory of, and it'll have their name on there. We're working on that. That's something that we want to get out. We don't want to have to use it too often, but at
Yeah.
least we'll have a template that we can use.
Yeah, and hopefully, it would be wonderful if it's never used again.
Right.
That
But
would
unfortunately-
be ideal.
It would have to be. Have anybody seen that video of up there in that canyon area that's kind of hilly, and the motorcycle was coming around the corner and slammed into those two cyclists.
A motorcycle?
Yeah, he was coming slow, but it's like a real whiny
I haven't
turn.
seen that.
So did they get hurt?
They got hurt. The motorcycle guy even flew off his bike. Off the motorcycle, and the motorcycle kept going. But I think they're doing a study in that area now. Am I correct? Did you notice anything of that?
I just saw the video. I'm
Okay.
not sure if it was. I only saw one cyclist too. I didn't see that. I saw him like slowly run into this cyclist from behind.
Yeah, it was two.
It was on the news, right?
Yeah, it was two of them. And like the first cyclist he hit flew onto the motorcycle. Then that's when the body weight took him off the motorcycle, and the motorcycle kept going and hit the other cyclist. And everybody was okay, but bumps and bruises. Luckily, he was
Thank
going
God.
slow.
Thank God.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's, we have some roads. If you're like riding out up in the hills, that you can't. They're blind curves. And I think I mentioned before, when I was in Portland, I was seeing someone who lived on top of a hill. So to get to his house, you had to go up this winding road. And the people in Portland are so conditioned for cyclists. They expect to see a cyclist on the road. They drive in a way. So if you're a driver, you drive in a way to avoid cyclists. So riding with him, he rode out in a way that didn't hug the curb, that didn't hug the side of the road. So if a cyclist was riding along in front of him where he couldn't see, if he was going to approach a cyclist, that cyclist would still be safe, and he would be safe passing him. And it was amazing to see how everybody drove that way.
Right.
So even if they were driving fast up these hills, they drove in a way where they were going to miss you if you're riding your bike properly.
Right.
So I just thought that was just so cool, and I'm so looking forward to seeing that being the norm here, where people expect to see a bicyclist on the road, and they ride in a way that protects the cyclist and protects them.
Right.
So you're not speeding through. You don't own this road. You just can't drive any kind of way. There are other people that use this road. There are people who ride bikes, and there are people who might be walking or running, and you need to share the road. So
And it's funny, like, because I've been biking on the regular for the past 2 weeks. I done got cussed out every day. Every day. And I'm like, dude, I don't know. I have the right to be on here just as much as you do. Like,
yeah, no, and there's so many people
crazy.
who don't. They say you should be on the sidewalk.
Right.
I've
like,
had people roll down their window and yell out and tell me I should be on the sidewalk, and I'm like, no, I should be right here on the road with you.
Did they tell you nicely like that?
No, they didn't.
Oh, no. Absolutely not.
They didn't tell me in a nice way. So fortunately, I haven't had a lot of aggressive drivers saying things to me. The few that I have had was enough.
Right.
That was enough. But I've been very fortunate where I haven't had a whole bunch of them. But it's sad and discouraging when you find people who really don't understand. That's why we need to educate everybody.
Right.
We need to educate the drivers and the bicyclists
Right.
on how to ride a bike, how you need to drive your car in a way to share the road. And you're not, just because you're in a car that's
Don't
bigger
be
than my
you.
bike,
Right.
yeah, you need to share with me.
I think it's that law, like, you know how we treat big rigs. It's like, okay, it's a big rig, so yeah, we gonna give them all the space and things they need. They think that because they're in the car and we're in the bike, they're the big rig all of a sudden. That rule applies for them.
Yeah, I guess that's probably.
So I got a
how
little
we view it.
information, just reading on the website from the Ride of Silence.
Okay.
It's going to be 10 years this year for the Ride of Silence.
Wow.
And it all started in 2003 in Dallas when a cyclist was hit by a mirror of a passing bus and was killed. So
That's horrible.
that's when it started, and so the ride is for people injured and killed, and so that's what it's for. And then it's to show with zero words, but 1 million people that we have the right to the road.
I
So
like that.
not saying anything,
I like
but
that.
you got people all across the nation riding bikes, and it's more powerful than any word that we could say.
Yeah.
Basically, that's what I get out of it.
Yeah, it is. We have people who are afraid to ride their bikes because they think, oh, I'm going to get hit by a car. But really, the statistics of people getting hit
on a bike,
on their
by a
bike
car,
by a car
is
really,
way less
really
than
small.
getting
Yeah,
killed in a car accident.
It's more of a perceived idea. It's not real. But when we come together, that's power, and that shows people that, you know what, if they can do it, I can do it too.
Can I ask you
Everybody
guys
can do it too.
what your formula or recipe for getting more people to ride bikes is?
What the recipe is?
Yeah, if you have.
Education first and
Yeah.
foremost.
Education, synergy in the community. So with the city council members, the transportation departments, planners, and designing an awareness program that is targeted towards the individual community that you're serving. So if the areas that I'm focused on right now happen to be communities of color and low income and women. So people to do like a mainstream awareness campaign is probably not going to reach them. We need to do something that specifically targets those groups of people. So if it is people of color, then all of our marketing material needs to include people who look like those people. So it can't be, if this is an area of Latinos and Asians, then, and I come out with a marketing campaign and it's white women or white men that look like they are riding these expensive bikes, and they live in an affluent area, that's not going to register with me if I'm that Latino or that Asian person. So we need to come up with an awareness campaign, a marketing campaign that targets the people who live in the areas with materials that relate
They can
to
relate
them.
to.
Yeah, they need to be able to relate to it.
Just like anything in any market, and you have to sell something they can relate to.
Yeah, and then also providing access to bikes. So if we're working in areas where people can't afford to buy bikes, or they don't know how to repair the bikes that they do have, we need to provide them access to bikes. We need to provide them with access to being able to maintain those bikes. And it needs to be easy access. It can't be like, oh, well, we do have a bike shop in the neighborhood, but it's 5 miles away or it's 10 miles away. Well, am I really going to go to it if, like, I'm not really thinking that this bike is going to do all that much for me? If that's my mindset, that's not going to be encouraging to me. So we need to have bike shops, bike hubs, co-ops nearby so that people can use them and have easy access to them. So those are some of the ways. It's a lot easier said than done. It's definitely, like, what I'm seeing in my experience is very challenging. It's very, very challenging to get people to understand that riding a bike can change your life. It can make you healthier. It can save you a whole lot of money. It can be convenient, and it can it's fun, first of all, and then it's also good for our environment. So finding ways, creative ways to connect with people at their level, wherever they're at, whatever their experiences are, that's how we get more people to ride bikes. So like for women, one of our main issues is safety. So if I live in an area where there's like a lot of busy streets, and I'm thinking to myself, there's no way I'm going to ride my bike on any of these streets let's say I only work 2 miles away. But being able to educate women on, you can plan a route on side streets to get to work. You can avoid the major streets. You can easily plan those routes. You can also learn how to fix your bike. So if a woman's fear is, I don't know how to, like, if my bike breaks down while I'm riding it, I'm going to be stranded. So I'm not going to ride that bike because I'm not going to be stranded. Well, if we empower them with education on how to fix a flat tire, how to do basic maintenance, how to make sure you have enough tire pressure in your tires before you go for a ride, how to make sure you that your brakes are working properly. Those things are simple things, but they can actually change a person's life. But if they don't know it, and if they don't have access to it, if nobody's teaching any programs in my neighborhood, then I'm not going to do it. So those are things that we're changing. And we're changing with educating people, with developing programs in our areas. And my plan is hopefully I'll get a women's workshop funded for the middle of this month on the 18th that I'll be able to do in probably in Central Long Beach. And but this is something I want to do ongoing, to be able to offer this throughout the city in Long Beach and be able to do it at a national level, because there are people all over the U.S. who they just need a nudge, and that nudge could be learning how to change a flat tire. That nudge could be, I just need a bike. I know how to change a flat tire, but I can't afford it. I can't afford to buy one. My concern is shelter for my family and feeding them, and that's it. That's my focus. And if you're talking about spending some money on a $200 bike, that's not going to happen. So, but if they come to my program and they do 4 or 6 weeks on learning the rules of the road, bike safety, basic bike education and maintenance, and they can get a bike at the end of that program, then that could be something that this person would say, oh, well, if I don't have to pay for that bike, then let me go ahead and take this program. And I will ride my bike to work, or I will ride my bike with my kids, or I will allow my kid to ride their bike to school. So just providing access is major. I think in our neighborhoods, in our communities. And once we're able to do that consistently, we're going to see an exponential change, I believe.
Definitely.
I think it's going to be like this huge revolution once we get programs in place. So like your co-op that you're doing, when you get that in place and set that up as a model and be able to roll that out like throughout other places in LA County, then we're going to start seeing just people just all over the place riding bikes, wanting to know more and allowing their kids to ride their bikes to school because they feel safe, that they're educated, that they know how to respond, they know what to do, what not to do when they're riding their bike. So yeah, I want my kid to ride to school and not be sitting at home playing on their PlayStation or on their computers or sending text messages, gaining weight and becoming part of the negative obesity statistics.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think
Good answer.
I think a lot of you can tell in the past 5 years that's basically been what's been changing biking in the community. Is just like the fixie craze. That's a big thing. That got a lot of kids out on bikes. So I think if you catch their attention, if you put something new out there, they'll get out there. So just like John was saying earlier, we can get that if we can get them what they call it, scraper bikes. I was about to say ratchet bikes, but yeah, okay. If we get them scraper bikes out there, man, that might get another few thousand people out.
Yeah,
riding,
I think that is a good program to roll out for the summer for kids.
Man.
Build your scraper bike.
I think that'll be a really good idea. Or that, and maybe something else like it, so that kids can customize their bikes. And because your bike is cool, it looks cool, you're gonna want to ride it more.
Yeah. So that's another thing we wanna make sure that we get our airbrush guy in and airbrush kids helmets. Because if it's my helmet, cool. I mean, it's a nice helmet, but if it's my helmet with my name on it, I'm going to wear my helmet.
Right.
Yeah. You guys have an airbrush guy?
Yeah, that's who did this logo.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I'll have to.
And this shirt is for you.
Oh, wow. Yeah. Thank you.
We brought that shirt in for you, and we brought Nick some shirts.
Cool
thank you.
White
Thanks a lot.
Eastside
Those are great.
Riders t-shirt that says United Riders of South LA. Eastside Riders Club, Los Riders Bicycle Club.
Yeah.
Very cool.
And JP designed this?
Yep, JP designed the back and PQ. We're using the JP and the PQ.
Right.
PQ designed the front, JP designed the back.
I like this design. You guys,
I can't wash mine, though.
have gotten
you can't wash
really
yours.
creative with this. And this is really cool. I'm going to need a new design as well.
We'll
for
be
my
getting
new
you a
program,
washable
so
one.
I'm going to have to get with you guys.
Yeah.
But thank you for that. That's really cool. I feel special.
Yeah, it's long overdue.
Thank you. Was there anything else that we haven't mentioned about events that are going on? I know that there's so many events going on that people, like Bike Month has already started, so there's stuff going on today that people are doing. But the League of American Bicyclists has a website, and you can post events on there, so you can post your events on their website too. I don't know if you've done it already.
No.
And I need to actually post my events on their website as well. So anyone can post. You don't have to be a member. Anyone can post any kind of a bike event that's going on in May on their website. And we want to make sure that Bike Month is something that is celebrated every day. That's not just a one-time thing that happens in May, but we do know that May is the month that we want to get the word out to the people who may not ride a bike or haven't been on a bike in a long time, to help remind them of how fun it is to ride a bike and all the benefits of the health benefits.
This is
the
Christmas for
economic
bike riders.
Right.
Yeah, and I mean, I love it. I'm excited about it, and I'm excited to see all the go to all the events that I'm going to attend, and then to participate in the ones that I'm doing myself. And again, I don't know if you guys want to give the names of the rides that you're doing quickly, of what you're going to be doing. So I'll be doing on May the 11th, we're going to have Bike to Church Day. This will be the first Bike to Church Day on May the 11th, and we're going to be doing it with the Rock Christian Fellowship in Long Beach. And then I'll also be doing the Long Beach Bike Fest. I'll be having a booth there doing free how to fix a flat demonstrations. And then I'll also be doing a group ride. It'll be a family fun ride on May the 15th from 4:30 to 6. That's May 15th, 4:30 to 6. And then the Bike Fest, that is May the 11th, so that's next Saturday. And I'll be doing demonstrations from, I think it's going to be from 10 to 2. And Bike to Church Day is May the 19th, and that's going to be 8:30 to 12:30, and that's going to include the ride and the. I'm going to give some quick demonstrations on bike safety tips, and then we'll roll out to the church and get some inspiration, and then ride back, have a smoothie, and then end the day there. Yeah.
Jump up. Hit with the website.
So real quick, 5/4 today. Of course, we're on BikeTalk Radio. Tomorrow, we'll be down in Compton at the Compton Creek with Hilda Bay and Rosa Trail, Hub City Teens, Big Sunday, and I guess Cinco de Mayo also. Happy Cinco de Mayo.
Cinco de Mayo.
Yes. And today is for all you trackies out there. May the 4th be with you. Eastside Riders will be fixing bikes for free tomorrow in Compton, sponsored by Rosa Trail and Hilda Bay, at the Soft Bottom on at Artesia. 511 Fire Station 65 Service Recognition Day. We'll be out there from 10 to about 12 o'clock because after that we got to get down to Gardena for the Benjamin Torres ride at 3:30, and that's at Raleigh Park. 513 through 517 is Bike Week, sponsored by Metro, and Eastside Riders will have a whole array of things going on. So check out metro.net and check out the Bike Week section. 515 we'll be at Raleigh Park to start the Ride of Silence, and we'll be ending up in Compton. 518 we'll be doing a walk in Willowbrook, but we'll be riding bikes instead of walking. Some of our members will be walking, but we'll be riding a bike, and we'll be giving out information on Eastside Riders, and hopefully we'll be doing we'll probably raffle off a bike that day. One of these 2 days, 5/5 or 5/18, we'll be raffling off a bike. 5/19 is the president's birthday of Eastside Riders Bike Club. So we'll be out in El Sereno riding with our brother bike club, the Eastside Bike Club, for their Sunday Fun Day. And then 5/24 we'll be at Washington High School for community resource fair. And all of these things are important to us because if we're involved and bikes are involved, then the community is served. If you want more information on that, you can look at our Facebook, Eastside Riders, on Facebook, Eastside Riders on Twitter, Eastside Riders on Instagram, and eastsideriders.org.
Oh, cool. I forgot to mention, I met a police officer who works in the Imperial Courts, and I guess their goal is to do like community-based policing, and to try to help to change the quality of life of the folks who live there.
Yeah, CBP officer or something like that. Yeah.
Okay, so I don't know if you gotten a chance to talk with him yet. I think you left him a message. I don't know if he's gotten back to you.
Yes, he haven't gotten back to me.
Okay, so he said he's going to get back to you, but he's really interested in learning more about what you're doing. Hopefully you guys can partner up and work together to do some more programs because LAPD, they have a budget for the community.
He should go talk to his boss. His
Right.
boss know exactly what we do,
Right.
and his boss wife.
Right.
His boss wife works for the downtown section, so he should know.
So are you guys doing anything with them?
We're not doing anything with him yet, but they know exactly
then
who we are.
then he might be the one to make that happen.
I was surprised he didn't know.
Yeah, he's
Right.
like, you know. So
So we might be talking to him on Monday at the neighborhood council. I mean the gang task force meeting.
okay, well good. And I forgot to also mention on May the 23rd, 6:00, we are having the first meeting in Long Beach to talk about creating a new
Long Beach
advocacy group. So either a Long Beach chapter of the LACBC or a standalone nonprofit, so that Long Beach is actually represented in the advocacy world, and we're cohesive in our efforts in making Long Beach a bike-friendly city, a truly bike-friendly city. And then on May the 30th, there's a ride with the mayor, Mayor Foster, for a Bike to School Day. So I'll be participating in that. And you can find out more information about what's going on with Cali Bike Tours at calibiketours.com. I'm also on Facebook under Cali Bike Tours and Twitter. And you can also give me a call at 562-334-BIKE. That's 562-334-BIKE. That's 2453. Thank you very much. It has been a pleasure to be here with you guys today talking
Thank you,
about
guys.
National Bike Month and
Yes.
all the events that are going on and that are encouraging and empowering and getting more people riding bikes. So it has been wonderful, and have a good day.
This is Bike Talk Radio with
Elizabeth Williams.
EJ Bromel.
Nick Richard.
and John Jones. We see you guys next time.
Bye.
That's gonna be our signature from here on out.
You are funny.
Oh, there I go. There I go.
You did something in my ear. I'm like, am I gonna go down? Am I gonna go down?
Oh, we're sorry that we gotta like shoot back to once.
Radio.
Gotta, like, yeah, we're supposed to be like 50 minutes ago. It was too good.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Sorry I was late. Thank you for
That's
holding
okay.
it down. Holding it down.
Yeah.
Just that.